All right, the example for page 223. So here we're going over finding the area of circles. So in this case, you're going to be using area equals pi r squared. Now, the one thing you want to pay attention to is what they are telling you to use for pi. So in this case, they're saying to use the 3.14 for pi. Don't use the pi button on the calculator. Don't use 22/7. For all of these, you need to use this specific number. So looking at the example, we've got a basketball court with obviously numerous circles on it. So here, basketball court contains several different circles. What is the area of the large center circle in the diagram? So mainly just making sure that you're understanding what circle they're talking about. So here, they're talking about the larger circle in the center with the radius of 6 feet. So remember, radius is from the center point out to the edge. So it is half of the diameter. So the distance all the way across that large circle would be 12 feet because it would be 2 of the radiuses. So here, though, we actually want the radius. So notice how they showed the formula, and then they're showing the numbers in the formula. So they're showing, the 3.14 times 6 squared. So this is what I'm expecting for the work right there. And then you can write your answer, as long as you're putting the, 113.04, and then you could put your feet squared like this, and that is read as square feet, like they have it labeled there in the word form. Going through the examples, so here, what's the area of the smaller circle of the center? So here you're using the other radius. Number 2, so here it says to the nearest tenth, what is the area of the circle formed by the hoop at the end of the court? So, and again, you're going to use your 3.14. Now, just double checking, making sure that when you are rounding, so we have ones, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. And that's off the screen. There we go. So now you can see, and this is just a fictitious number that I just wrote down just to go over making sure that you're rounding correctly. So if we're going to the nearest tenth, so this is the place value we're rounding to. So you should be looking at the 6. It is 5 or higher. So that means it's going to make the 3 go up 1. So to the nearest tenth, this would round to 7 4/10. The 4 here really has no bearing on any of the rounding to the nearest tenth. So make sure that you are rounding your answer correctly. Let's see, moving on to number 3. Let's zoom back out here just a hair. There we go. All right, so on number 3, describe how to find the area of a circle if you know the diameter of the circle. So again, area, you should be using the formula pi r squared, and you're going to have to just explain, if you're given the diameter, there's an extra step involved to calculating the area, as opposed to if you're just given the radius. All right, and then number 4 is kind of the practice problem on your own. So here, a pie is baked in a circular pan with a diameter of 9 inches. What is the approximate area of the pie that is left after half of the pie has been eaten? So make sure, they're giving you the diameter of 9 inches, and you need to make sure that you're showing the numbers in the formula. So go through. It's not too hard to just show some of your calculations at the bottom. You don't need to do it on a separate sheet of paper. Just write it down next to it and go through all the steps. All right, so next up will be page 225.